Well, hello Virgo. Welcome to your monthly July reading. This is meant for Sun, Moon, and Rising, or any Virgo that has a lot of Virgo in your chart. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. I hope that everyone is doing well and came out well with the big full moon and last of the big eclipses that we have here in our season, the eclipse season that is. We are going to do a different style of read this particular month. We are going to do a 9-card draw, which is going to discuss your current situation, your achievements, or your crowning achievements. We're going to talk about some awareness that you need to have, and we're going to do element, earth, air, fire, and water, and then we're going to do past and present. So give me just a second while I go ahead and pull these cards. We do also have 4 oracles. We're going to be using the Sacred Geometry deck. We're going to be using our little naughty unicorns. They're a little bit racy in some language, but we like them because it's full of brevity. We definitely are going to be utilizing our Lightworker Oracle deck, and then I have the Healing Angel Therapy deck. So we are almost done. Almost done. And we got a Sacral Chakra card, which means we get an extra bonus card here on this level. There it is. Okay. And now let's hit this past carryover influence, and then our future card. As guided, we'll clarify any of the cards here in the deck with our Dragon Tarot. And I'm being told that there's language in the Sacred Geometry book that's actually going to lend itself well to this reading. So there's going to be a phrase or phrasing that's in that book, maybe better described with how I can actually describe it. That sounded really weird as I'm just listening to myself. I'm sorry, I'm reading the cards and trying to do this at once. So just long story short, there's going to be a short description in the Sacred Geometry book. Okay, take 2. Here we go. The overall energy that we have, Virgo, in this particular month is the 5 of Swords energy. Now, as I was meditating on the energy here, and you guys know that I have heavy Virgo on my chart, so I really wanted to make sure that I was using the best word, moving any ego out of my perception here. And the word that came through was malleable. Okay, it's what they said. So conflict and defeat is, I'm going to describe this in one of 2 ways, because the overall energy is really kind of moving and carrying through some of these different things, okay? Conflict and defeat. 5 of Swords energy. 5 of Swords energy is choosing your battles with ease and grace, okay? You can win the battle, but at what cost? And just as easily as we're seeing this individual, like, piss and moan down the stairs, and I hate to use that term, but that's the one that popped out to me. You just as easily can turn that back around. And if you can see the paintings or the drawing that's on the wall, there's lots of people that are running up the stairs. So this is all mental energy, but it is an opportunity to recognize that you can do that, okay? So that is the base overall energy here. Okay. Now we're going to get into this part of the reading. Okay, so present energy, Virgos, is the energy of the Empress, okay? So high Libra energy, it definitely is a third eye chakra card, okay? This is awareness of growth. And this card is actually titled Fertility. You can see that for yourself. So right now you are feeling as though you are, I'm getting this, not just me, but the feeling that I'm getting is expansion. Okay, you know that it's happening. You're at the beginning phases of the expansion, but it is happening, and I think you're feeling pretty comfortable about that. What we're also getting is the strength position, and the strength position, which I find very interesting, is again high sword energy, a lot of air energy that's in here. And this card is titled Trapped in Fear. And what this actually is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, I look at this at two ways, and so I'm obviously going to go for the positive. The positive mention of this card is that if you're looking at the traditional deck and you see the individual who's sitting there, who has the blindfold over the eyes, and there's two sets of swords on either side, and hands are lightly behind the back. No one is holding that person. This is all self-imposed. And some people will say, well, you're trapped in fear, but you have the potentially to walk through that gate on your own. And if you will let spirit guide you, there's a couple of cards with blindfolds on, right? The Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords happen to be one of them. Let spirit guide you, okay? You get out of your own head about what's going on and let spirit guide you. Use your higher self, your connection with higher self in order to help you with this. Now, the reason I say that's in your strength is because it looks like you're almost at the end of being completely done with that particular cycle, okay? On the other hand, what we have here in your hidden influences is the Two of Rods. So, and I think this is part of the situation. So the Two of Rods in this card is titled The Waiting Game. The decision to do something has already been made. And I continue to try to emphasize this with people. Whenever the Two of Rods comes up, Two of Wands, Two of Rods, however you learned it, this is not being stuck between making a decision. This is you made a decision, and either decision that you made, spirit is going to support you. So it doesn't matter if you go left, it doesn't matter if you go right, you're still going to see fruit at the end of the tree with regards of the decision that you made. It's already starting to blossom. So just pick a direction and just go with a direction. So there will be some clarification that we will hit on this particular hidden influences for you. Okay. Now, this particular month, like I said, we're doing the elements, and in the air element of mental thought processes and communication, we have the High Priestess. Hello, there's no mistake that this card showed up. So we already know that this is revelation of information, okay? It is utilizing your intuition. And obviously, you know, we come naturally set up to be able to tap into that energy. And, you know, where the Empress is all about relationships and harmony and desires and finding the beauty in lots of different things. Like, again, heavy third eye energy. The I'm trying to like figure out the best way to try to put this, because it's a really honest and great thing. All right, give me just a second. It's like I'm getting information at the same time I'm trying to talk, so I need to just stop and let spirit guide me. Oh, yes, we already know that the High Priestess is Virgo moon energy, okay? We already know that it is definitely talking about Dharma's the word, okay? Not karma, but Dharma, all right? The epiphanies of things that you're bringing forward in the actual work that you are doing right now. So coming into the reading definitely states that you're on track. And the intuition card is supported by the crown chakra. So you get your third eye open here, aware of what's going on. You definitely have the crown chakra activated. And with the crown chakra being activated again in the air position, that is all mental thought process, and it is communication. Moving forward. Sorry about that. Sometimes my tongue doesn't go as fast as my brain is trying to go. Maybe that's a good thing. In the fire element, we actually do have an earth. Excuse me. We do have an earth element card, but your fire is all about obviously your passion, creativity, and the actions that you're physically taking, right? So in this particular space, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is positive momentum forward. It is definitely talking about enjoying the physical craft, the physical aspect of the craft that you're doing, that you're making, that you're creating, the physical creation of something. Obviously, it speaks to being very passionate. And again, you're at the 8, so you're almost to the end of seeing something that needs to happen for you. But it is beautiful, and it is positive momentum forward. A lot of, well, it just is. It's a lot of positive momentum forward. And why are you asking me to do that? Oh, okay. Numerology, folks. We have 222. We'll go there. We have another 2 that's sitting here, so 22, 22. That's a lot of being, I'm going to call it being at the right place at the right time. You can do your own Google searches for what the synchronicity numbers mean when you get them in clumps like that, but I was told to bring that up. The other thing that I was told to bring up was 88. If I'd seen an extra 8, then I definitely would have attributed it to a lot more financial security, but it does mean prosperity's coming. Okay, had to say it. Now I'm done. But definite positive movement going forward. So take pleasure in the fact that you are becoming better in your personal craft, whatever it is that you're doing, workspace, if you're not working, whatever it is that you're doing with your hands and your creation, you definitely have a positive momentum going. Passion is right in that area. Moving to the earth element, realistic, physical, practical attributes, right, and aspects of yourself. We definitely have the fulfillment of wishes. So this is the 9 of Cups energy, which I love. Again, higher on the spectrum here. So that tells me that there's a lot of good movement that's getting ready to happen here in the month of July, within the next 30 days. The 9 of Cups, being satiated, having all of the things. The fulfillment of wishes is what this card is talking about, but I want to make sure that we are talking about the fact that that is emotion with this water energy, and with that emotion you should be exuding joy, appreciation, and gratitude for what it is that you are calling into your space. And then when it does arrive, you need to make sure again that you're being gratitude. I feel like I just need to say that for someone out there. When we get into your actual water element, we hit another air energy card. Okay, so we've got emotions, relationships, how, you know, your sensitivity. The first card that pops up here is your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is obviously very important with, it is water energy in itself. It's fluidity. So we're going to use that word malleable just a little bit. Feeling your sensuality when it comes to things, right? It's located in your pelvis. We'll just put it that way. So I guess the question that comes up, and again, people get a little bit twisted because we've got the blindfolds and the traditional cards showing up. Here it is again. Mental conflict, the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords for me is not being necessarily stuck. What it is coming up to that place of peace between your heart decision and your thought process, right? You're stuck right in the middle. And if you look at the traditional card, then you've got that big, beautiful moon that's sitting right on top. I guess it depends on the artwork, but it's that person who is just not focusing on either aspect. They're at that peace, that central moment, and I believe that it's more of I want to call it more of a meditation card, but you're at peace with something that's going on. So the mental conflict, as I'll bring it up in the image of this card, can be tiny, right? Or it can be large, regardless of which aspect it is. Again, this is self-imposed. This is you creating this thought process. But because it's in the water element, I do believe that you should focus a little bit. And I'm talking to myself on this one as well, okay? So let's just put it out there. This definitely has something to do with your relationships, okay? You're sensitive and you're emotional about some things that are going on in your relationships. And the fact that the sacral chakra pops up, well, I'm just going to put it out there. If you're not necessarily feeling amorous, or you have a partner that's not necessarily feeling amorous, don't overstress yourself out about it. Just continue to work on yourself, okay? Because positive attracts positive. So you focus on yourself, you work on your sacral chakra, you do the things that you need to do, and then everything should culminate beautifully. Okay. Past energy is the 4 of Cups. So this is discontent and boredom, as titled in this particular card. What this is, and this is again coming from the past, so this is energy that's carrying over from June, and I believe that intuition is kicked in. You planted a new seed, it's starting to grow, you're just waiting for the thing to happen. You know that the fulfillment of wishes is coming. You got a little bit of work to do physically when it comes to this mental conflict, emotionally, really, even though this is an air card, but you are moving forward positively. So whatever was going on in the past, these cards don't present in reverse, okay? So I'm giving both aspects. if you had turned around, if you stopped for a second and stopped feeling a little bit trapped where you are, and you took a moment and you flipped around and you saw all this big, beautiful open expansion and this big, beautiful field and this big castle behind you where you could go and explore doing something different and still feel stable, then that's exactly what I feel has happened for a lot of people. You realized that you couldn't stay in this position, and therefore intuition and everything else kind of kicked in order to support you a little bit more. Now, in the future, we have we have the Magician. Intuition, fertility, you've got, the top three sitting right here. So again, the beginnings of all brand new, beautiful things. And so obviously, we have the man. Again, Gemini, Virgo energy, more third eye that's coming in. A lot of Mercurian energy. We're still in Mercury retrograde, and it's so funny because some signs actually just really are not affected by that, obviously, because you know where your chart is and you know how some of the things can affect you. Virgo is not one of those that I see that is being negatively affected by anything that's going on in the cosmos. It's more of an awareness because you've already had that time to go within. Having had said that, it is, I feel a lot of, I do feel travel is popping up in my brain here, but I also do feel that networking is a huge word that is popping up for me for the end of the month. So again, traveling is making sure that you are picking your battles with ease and grace, making sure that you know that you can walk up those stairs at any moment. You can bite your tongue. This is all mental energy. But there isn't anything here that's scaring me because I think we have the capacity within us as long as we are malleable in order to kind of move forward, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick our first card. And we have emotional sensitivity. Okay, emotional sensitivity from the therapy angels. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity because it is a gift to all of us. Had to do it. And I'm going to pull my naughty one now because they said just brighten it up. So the naughty unicorns are saying that you think someone is lying because they are. Well, I don't know what that means, but I suppose we'll figure out in just a second here. I think I'm going to have this one hang out right here. I'm just going to have that one hang out right there. That's what we're going to do because I feel that's the right thing to do. Now let's go ahead and clarify with our dragon deck here. Let us first hit where we're at in our present area. We have the Five of Wands. So why are we in the Five of Wands element? That's like conflict. Why is the Five of Wands here on the fertility? What's going on? Help me understand this one. Fire, passion. Okay. Judgment in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Two of Swords. Seven of Swords. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave the stack right here because I know that there's more information that's going to come. But that's an interesting story to me. That is an interesting story to me. Okay, moving forward. Let's talk about why the Eight of Swords, moving on by our own beliefs and walking out of that gate of anguish. Why is this our strength? And like I said, I'm putting myself into it. It is supposed to be this one. It just didn't fall out. Ooh, because we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, so Nine of Wands upright is talking about recognition of all of the crazy stuff that you had to deal with in the past. And taking that last rod that's standing in front of you and like, you do have a little protection up. You had your boundary up, but now you're ready to kind of move forward. So there's folks out there that are not creating boundaries, and that's an issue. So I might have to suck my words back as far as some of these retrograde energies. Oh my goodness. Okay, but why? Let's go ahead and fully expand that one. Okay, because they're saying that the being overly rigid is being lessened up here. Okay, thank you. Well, I would have expected, well, okay. So many combinations, so little time. Let's see. Nope. Why are they sticking so much? All right. All right. One more time. Well, if you can be flexible and allow yourself to not have be too rigid, that's going to support where you're at. So that's good. What else do we have? 8 of Swords, 9 of Rods energy in our strength position. What are we getting out of this? I'm being told you don't need to overthink it. Is there anything else? One more. Okay. And not meaning me personally overthinking it, meaning you don't have to overthink. Sorry, I didn't explain that. If you could just hear what is in my head. There it is. The Death card. Okay. So the Death card is not a bad card, right? Major Scorpio energy. The Death card is, and we all know this, is just a matter of change. It is a matter of a cycle being over, and you are being able, you know, also to try to walk through that. Now, again, the Death card is heavy crown, okay? So you need to use your mental energy, or you are using your mental energy, and you don't need to overthink at the end of having to feel like you're being overly aggressive. God, I can't get my words out tonight. That time is over, okay? Change is here. Change is here. So you're out of that mindset. That's all they said was there. Let us go into the intuition card, because this is very interesting. Although I know that there's brevity in the meaning of these cards, they show up for a reason. They said my placement may not be right. Well, where does it go? You'll see. We have the Tower in reverse. Okay, so this is actually indicative of some resistance somewhere. When the Tower is upright, obviously the universe is in our favor, and they're taking care of things behind the scenes that we might necessarily be able to take care of on our own, and I appreciate that card. But when it does present in reverse, you're being resistant to something that you think you know. So your mental thought process about something, you're resisting some detail. So if you think somebody's lying about something, let's be more nosy. Okay. 3 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. And then the Knight of Swords upright. Okay. You're not feeling comfortable enough to... Well, shoot. I actually have to say this. This could be indicative of somebody knowing that a relationship is over and just having a hard time facing it. I'm sorry, that's exactly what this combination is saying. If it was the Lovers, I would absolutely put a stamp of a total stamp on that. But the 10 of Swords, it does indicate that there's some resistance there. You know about a situation, or you have some insight about something that's going on with a relationship, and you just haven't quite done it. Or you were resisting doing it, but you've got the Knight of Swords here who's ready to charge and support you in that endeavor. So you need to be appreciative of that Knight of Swords, ready to just come in and go at it, okay? Let us go and move over to our fire position, this positive momentum forward though, okay? The universe never takes anything away from us without making sure that we have some good things to go towards. All right, positive momentum forward. What else can you tell us about this? Okay. Well, hey-oh. Five of Swords. Ace of Coins. King of Wands. So, again, choosing your battles with ease and grace. The Ace of Coins coming in to restore and provide a new opportunity with stability. Okay. Can be finances, but it can be something else. And the King of Wands, I love the King of Wands too. He's ready to go. He's ready to move on. He does have some sense, some sensibility. He is a little bit, well, he's not as much as the King of Cups, but the King of Wands is ready to go and support you with passionate activity. So that is actually a pretty decent combination. But at the end of the day, there's positive momentum forward here. Okay. Let us go ahead and hit the the hidden influences. The waiting game, the Two of Rods. Decisions have been made. Seeds have planted. Direction has been chosen. Whoa. All right. Well, let's go there. Upright. The Moon card. Hello. And the Five of Coins. Okay. So being made aware of, or, oh God, I have to go there with this one. Sometimes the Moon card can indicate infidelity. I do have to say that. So that's out there. And the Five of Coins is obviously feeling like you're waiting for information. You're waiting for information, but I think you already know. Not for everybody, but this is for somebody, okay? Anything else? Anything else? There it is. Seven of Wands in reverse. Not holding, not standing your ground. Not standing your ground. What can we do to help Virgo in this? Five of Cups. Yeah, get out of your pity party. I'm sorry. The Five of Cups, you know, it's a beautiful card because it talks about endings and beginnings in a sense, in midlife, all at the same time. So you've got the three cups that may have spilled, but the moon is shining on these two cups that are still here. And if it was upright, that would be the energy that you are in. But the fact that it's in reverse is saying that you're getting past that. You're getting past that. One more, please. And not accepting an apology. Don't wait for an apology. Anything else? Virgo, didn't you guys have something like... I have to go back. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, so come on. You got... Yeah, this is done. Didn't you guys have a... Wasn't your reading last month about knowing that there was something that was getting ready to come up? Yeah, that was your reading last month. You knew you were being given warning that something was going to change. Well, it's here. This is when it's happening. The waiting game is over. The moon is revealing something, okay? You don't have to feel like you're being left out in the cold. You haven't stood your ground in the past, but it does look like you are getting over the pity party, and that the fact that the devil is in reverse, you're letting yourself go. This bond it's done. It's all the way done. Okay. So those are things that you need to be aware of. Now, let us go ahead and hit this earthen energy, this realistic, physical, practical, okay? This Nine of Cups energy. Emotion in itself, but there is some things to take out of it. Okay? And there's more, they said. Seven of Coin, not having to wait. Good. Taking advantage of a good situation that's coming up. And, ooh, I love this. So the Six of Swords is in reverse. That definitely means that if it was upright, moving forward, but you may have been guided at some point to make a different turn. And that is going to work out in your favor. The Queen of Coins is here to offer you her support, her loving support, and stability, okay? Now, it doesn't always have to mean money, but it definitely does mean physical items. Again, practical, I want to say assets. I want to say assets. Physical, practical, and realistic. Asset is the word that keeps coming up, but it's more than just that. Okay. What else? Oh, boogers. I bent my card. Sorry. Nope, not all of those. Sorry, guys. Fat fingered it. Anything else for this fulfillment of wishes? Yeah, thank you. Ooh, Queen of Swords in reverse. Ooh, I like where this is going. Okay, so the Queen of Swords in reverse is talking about, well, it is being cold in a sense. It is being cold and cutting something off to the quick. Like calling a spade a spade. That's exactly what it is. But if that's what somebody needs to do in order to get to their pot at the end and be completely happy and free of something, then that's what you have to do. Yielding your swords with ease and grace. Okay. All right. Let us go ahead and take a look at our water element, okay? Our emotions are very mental right now based on, and it says, your sensitivity. Sacral chakra energy needs to be activated or repaired. Come on now. What else do we need to know about the Two of Swords and the sacral chakra in our water element for our Virgos? I'm hearing take care of yourself. Oh, there it is. And there it is. Ace of Cups. Complete restoration from the universe. So whatever it is that you were lacking as far as whatever it is that you were lacking in the past is going to come to you. Ace of Cups is a complete blessing of restoration of emotional needs. I'm not saying necessarily that this is a repair of a broken relationship, but I am saying that there's some respite for you. What else do we have? I'm looking. I'm just waiting to see if two cards pop out. One of two cards. The other thing I'm being told right now is to make sure that you're increasing your water intake, and for some people, salt water. So they do have salt tablets that are out there for people that you can put in to make sure that you're restoring like your pH balance, not quite like you would drink a Gatorade or what's the other one that's out there, Powerade or Gatorade, one of those things. I'm not saying that's what you need to go buy, but saying something about more salt intake. Watching the salt intake, yeah. You've gone as far as you can go with the Eight of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Coins is here for you. And the Page of Swords is is here. This is a younger, and it's a fresh start is what it is. Okay, the Page of Swords is here. It's a fresh start. Little bit, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords are a little bit juvenile. Their intentions are good, but their follow-through capability is not necessarily obviously as strong as a king, right? So you have to take that for what it is for your particular relationship, okay? Whether it's work relationship or personal relationship. But the Eight of Cups in reverse, you've gone as far as you can go. You can't go any further. Although it does look like somebody's desperately trying to hang on to that. But the Ten of Coins is here to say that there is this is the ending of a particular cycle. The Ten of Coins can sometimes represent bigger aspects of family. And it can definitely talk about tradition and values in a particular home. I want to get off of this one really quick. And I want to go into the Magician card, who's here for us before the end of the month. What do we need to know about this Magician popping up here for our Virgos, please? Tell me something good. Tell me something good. Man, when they come in a cluster, it's about to be on. Hey, the Knight of Coins has already been dispatched in your favor. So that is new. That is definitely consistent prosperity and earth and material needs being provided. We do have the Two of Coins that showed up in reverse, and we have the Eight of Coins that showed up in reverse. Okay. Let me grab another card. Hallelujah. I was waiting for either the Strength or the Sun card to come out. Oh, okay. You do not have to worry. So by the end of the month, the Magician is going to be here, okay? Your own energy is going to support you. Third eye on it, okay? I do feel that travel is coming up. The Knight of Coins is already been dispatched to help support you with the basic fundamentals. Now, the rest of these cards are talking about you might be feeling as though you're a little bit imbalanced between two things, two projects, two areas, and that's okay. You can work on getting yourself back into balance. You definitely don't want it to affect this Eight of Coin, which is your positive momentum forward. There definitely is a healing here. So in this instance, this Leo Sun energy is a blessing and a healing that is coming to support you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into the sacred geometry before I go back into this discontent and boredom, because I know that there's information here, but I'm being told to pull this one. Grounding and anchoring. Staying grounded is obviously one of their best support mechanisms for you here. I love this card. Card number 39. 3 reduces to 3. Okay. Stay grounded. Choosing your battles with ease and grace. Why? What other energies do we need to be aware of that are continuing to follow us from the month of June here? It looks like we can walk out of it. Looks like we can walk out of it. But what else do we need to know of that's coming from our past that relates to our present energies? I need another deck. Oh, okay. I'll put that one down. Okay. We're going to use our little mini Sage Tarot deck here. Virgo, July 2020. Past energy, 4 of Cups. King of Wands. Passion and ready to go. Justice. In reverse. Strength in reverse. They said one more. That's the Lovers. Okay. Sorry. Somebody needs to hear it, they said. Somebody needs to hear it. King of Wands has a lot of passion and wants to go. Justice, this is not a justified situation. This was not in your arena. There was not enough strength. There was not enough strength here. And it definitely talks about a union. I just read them. I do what they tell me to do. I just do what they tell me to do. They do say take another card for the Eight of Swords in this element. Okay, so the Nine of Wands and then the Death card. Thank you. My cheeks are just flushing right now. I'm feeling tense. But here's the thing. If those are the energies that we're carrying over, if you thought somebody was lying to you in a relationship, you definitely got your clarity now, right? You got the Knight of Swords that's ready to go and support you here with your own intuition. Your intuition is strong. Like I said before, you were born with it. The Empress, yes, we will go back and we'll talk about the Empress information. But they did say to go back and talk about this Eight of Swords energy. Well, what else do you guys have to say about it? I thought the death of the situation was done. There it is. Well, there it is. You got the Fool on top of the Death card, which I think is beautiful. So you've got an opportunity to really go forward. Isn't this the cutest little fool you've ever seen? Look at that little guy. Sorry. I get excited. This is birth to, I'm sorry, this is Aquarian energy, okay? And obviously we know that the Fool card is about originality and change. And it's basically a fresh start, and it's dealing with your inner child in a sense. And it looks to me like you're getting to the point where you are ready to change, and you are definitely ready to move forward. So whatever happened in the past is the past. Now we're here now, okay? Thank you for that explanation. Okay, so now the fertility. Oh. Beauty, conflict, judgment, judgment and justice in reverse here. Not for you at that time. The Ace of Wands, not passionate about it. Two of Swords, again, same as this one, should be at peace. Should be at peace between your head and your heart. Like I said, I always read these in a couple of different ways, but if you are feeling stuck in a situation, it's because you've been holding something close to the vest, or you feel that someone has held something close to the vest with this Seven of Swords. Not quite all the way sneaky, because it's not showing themselves, but you're trying to protect this seed that you have planted for yourself and kind of moving forward and getting through it, which I appreciate 100%, because in order for you to go through all of this and get to the Goddess, excuse me, the Empress moment, whether you're male or female, doesn't really make a difference. Knowing that you're getting ready to start something and trying to get all these other things under control that's completely admirable. Again, they keep saying malleable. So I'm going to go ahead and Oh, I was told that I was supposed to read. Where is that a book? They said that you would get more information from what I'm articulating here from a book. So let's just quick go into it. That is not it. Oh, silly woman. That's the wrong book. We want our sacred geometry. 39. I'm not meant to read the whole entire book. I'm just meant to, there's something in it, I think they said in the first piece. I am firmly grounded in my physical body. So that is a personal mantra that you can say to yourself in order to stay grounded. Grounding card has appeared to you today as a reminder of how important it is to keep grounded and allow yourself to maintain a connection and anchoring to the physical earth. Those most affected by this shift are healers and light workers, and they're talking about the Schumann resonance. If you know about it, then you know about it. If you don't, you can Google it. It is the vibration that is measurable from the earth itself. We spend so much time working at higher vibrations sometimes to do the work needed that we don't necessarily take time to truly earth ourselves, or we don't realize that we're not fully grounded. Okay. By focusing on the spiral within the grids with intention, see it pulling you back into the physical body and feel yourself firmly connected to the ground. So what I would say to you is that you definitely can take a still of this particular card and marinate it and use it as you need to be able to use it. And this is why they wanted me to pull it up. So what will help you for protection is smoky quartz, hematite, pyrite, or black tourmaline. So, okay, that's what you're supposed to figure out. Oh, the card numerology too, they said. 55 or 1 as a 5 plus 5 equals 10, which is down to 1. 1, the magician. Hello. I just love how the universe plays together. I love how they do this. Be aware of your grounding. Be aware of your grounding. Taking all this energy that's happened. You have a lot of mental energy and you had a lot of emotional energy. So you need to make sure that you're balancing that out. So now I understand what they were saying there. So final card that we have here. Well, guess they really want you to ground because this is the Lightworker Oracle deck also talking about grounding. So Virgo, this is obviously something that is important for you to be able to do and, you know, help with that stability. The other thing I'm being told is to make sure there is a divine healing that is coming for you before the end of this month. So if you are still feeling that you're not quite there, this Ace of Cups is here to restore you, and so is the Strength card. Absolutely, for sure, for sure, for sure. So that is what I have for you at the moment. It was a little bit longer than I thought, but I really wanted to try to get into it. The other thing they said was to, normally I would go ahead and I would flip the bottom, the bottom deck with the clarifiers. Well, we had 2 sets of clarifiers. The first was 4 of Swords, rest and relaxation. Period. End of discussion. Okay. That will help you to make sure, well, my card flipped off, but you guys know that it was the 5 of Swords energy, choosing your battles with easy grace. And the 6 of Cups is on the bottom of this deck in reverse. So where you were thinking of items in the past, you're no longer thinking of items in the past, and you're now more focused on what's going on in the present, which is a beautiful thing, so that it will help you to get to this end level. And like I said, everything really does look good. You know, honor and respect your sensitivity. Okay, honor and respect it. You have high intuition. You know about your intuition. You challenge your intuition. Stop challenging your intuition. You've laid out a really good foundation here, and you really are going to reap some of the things that it is that you need to be able to have, and you're going to be able to do it with ease and grace. So a lot of third eye knowledge and third eye activation. They're specifically talking about your sacral chakra here being supported in that thought process of the grounding. So I hope that this information finds you well. I know this was kind of heavy and it was kind of deep, and it seems like it's been a continuing pattern, but it seems to me like you really pushed yourself into what's going on here. If you resonated with this, hit that like button. hit that share button if you think this might be for someone else and they might get some information out of this. Subscribe so that you can see the other signs that are posted. My contact details are in the description should you want to reach out to me personally. I'm happy to take appointments with people. You can reach me on the link that'll be posted or the email that'll be posted. And with that, I have to say I wish the remainder of July to be very, very beautiful for you. And we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.